Well, it's March 31st today. It's literally April tomorrow. And I've pulled out the potatoes. That's what these nasty old bags are. There's some cut up seed potatoes. And there's some there. Have some nice growths on them. And I've just tidied up the garden more. And I've set up the greenhouse. And the old trees from PRT. I was working at the tree farm. I'm trying to keep them alive so I can plant them, but we'll see how that goes. Either way, we are getting ready to plant the potatoes, and I think they're gonna go in here because something I'm not sure if I've shown this yet. I don't think so, but things have started to be starting to pop up in the garden, and we had all these skates from garlic last year, and I smagged them in the garden. Look at this. It's all garlic. All of it's garlic, and it's popping up just everywhere. So I'm gonna have to wean through the garlics as we do the gardening, but I think the potatoes are gonna go in this bed because they do okay with garlic. And the potatoes have done good in this bed before. I planted some here last year, so I think I should be okay. I think I'm gonna do the entire bed. It's just potatoes. Well, there's gonna be some garlic mixed in there, but the thing is, I'm not too worried about losing some garlic because it's popping up in this bed too. And it's also popping up, not in this bed. Some was popping up in the garden bed down here. And the flowers. Oh, those little tiny guys. Those are all little garlics. These guys, some spring flowers. They're the first ones to blossom in our garden. So we'll see how those guys, when they come up. And we got some other blossoms there. Well, not blossoms, but sprouts coming up on the currants. They're starting to get some leaves. The blueberries have their buds. Nothing's coming up on them yet. You can see some other greenery. See these flowers. Oh, look at the rhubarb. The rhubarb is poking up its leaves. It's a good sign. Things are starting to wake up in the garden. This is all going to be the herb garden this year, all the way to the end. Just the herbs. We already have this big mullein. Seems the sorrels survived the winter. They're really cold hardy, so I think the sorrels are going to keep growing bigger and bigger. That's pretty exciting. See how that goes. It's all popping up there. Because back here, you can see the nettles, my stinging nettles, popping up in the random seed garden. Look at them coming up there. And you can see the rhizome has gone all the way through here. And it's come down here. You can see that. Which is pretty cool. So that's a lot of stinging nettles. And I just love these. I don't care if this whole garden just turns into mainly stinging nettles. Sounds horrible, but I just love them. They're my favorite wild vegetable in the springtime. So they're coming up. So get ready for a nettle harvest pretty soon in the wild. I know it's a perfect spot where I go and harvest my nettles. So stay tuned for that. The main reason we're here is to plant these potatoes, and got the walking onions, Egyptian walking onions from last year. So we're gonna try planting those along with the potatoes. Okay, so the plan kind of is we're gonna dig holes with this old raggedy shovel, and yeah, see how it goes. Sorry, garlics. Okay, so now this is just one little section. I'm going to put the potatoes in here, put the dirt back on, then we'll dig through the next part. But let's see how many we can fit in here. We could have cut these ones in half, but it's all good. I got a bag of the halves over there, so I'm just gonna put them like this. Put one here, and then another one right here. I don't get too picky with, like, over picky with spacing. I just try to do my best, not be too close. But I try not to get too picky with spacing. But I've learned for some plants not to plant them too close. So that's what we got there. Look at that. Okay, you know what this is? These are pieces of carp fish that I've buried in here. I've buried a few fish in my gardens that I've gone out in the wild and I've fished for them last year, and I've used some of them for fertilizer, something the Native Americans would do. But look at those nice pieces of bone. All the meat getting eaten away, gone back into the garden. Now we got these cool bones. This one I might keep. Wash it off and see what it looks like. This one here I might just doop back in the garden. Now these last three ones have little chits starting, but they haven't really gotten nice growth like the other ones, but I'm gonna put them in here anyways, and we'll see. I think they'll be good. I think they'll sprout. All right, on to the next hole for these. Plant these halves. I got these ones from my dad, from his garden. Russet potatoes. Not sure if they're a different kind of russet. I guess we'll find out. This is what we got. Probably won't plant all these here. I don't know why I dumped them all out. It's a good question. It's a good question, Jer. The frick would you do that? Okay. There we go. See, then these ones will go there, and I think that'll be it. Maybe I'll just put these guys here, and then I'll mark it off. Guess we'll see. So what I decided to do is these 4 potatoes are gonna go boom, 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 boom. They're gonna go right here. So I'm gonna block it off. Like that, so that I know in here, guess I could move this a little bit. There. So that I know I can plant other things within that square there, and the rest will be potatoes. So probably what's going to happen is that spot's probably going to have the walking onions once again. Kind of like last year, they were literally in the same spot. It's not much of a crop rotation, but all right, let's hope these potatoes grow well. Hope they all sprout up. get good potatoes this year. Whew. All right, that's that. All right, so walking onions. Go in here. What I'm gonna do is just disturb the dirt. Now, I'm just gonna move some of this out of there. And we're gonna get a nice little area so we can stick these little guys. So we can stick these guys in there. This guy's gonna go here. This guy's gonna go over here. This little wee guy's gonna go over there. Just gonna move some of this. Then we got all these that I've let dry in this thing. Look at that. All the little ones. So this is what we're gonna do this year. Is just toss them in here. Gonna break them up, spread them. But we might have just a crazy crop of freaking walking onions. So lots of green onions. It's gonna be really good. See, look at that. Boom, and then cover it with dirt and hope for the best. This is kind of how my gardening works. Now you're seeing it firsthand. See, sometimes there isn't much to gardening. It's just throwing the seeds in and watering it. Don't water too much, water it enough. Make sure it gets sunlight and you're golden. Make sure there's nutrients. I mean, for me, it's science. Science. The one thing I don't have, I probably should have after I'm done planting, is I don't have schmag to put on top of it right away afterwards. I usually start piling up the schmag as the season goes, which is okay, I guess. It works because I'll usually have a decent amount of schmag before the real summer heat hits. But it's a personal preference, really. I also like to see the plant starting to grow out of the dirt, so it's honestly up to you. Alright, well that's that. I like to give the beds when I first plant it, I like to give it a good soak. Good soak for the first time. I just have a few other little seeds that have been left over. Obviously there's the garlic and there's a few other seeds left over, so I watered the plants, watered the other beds that need watering. And yeah, so that's about it. So this is pretty much where the garden's at. Things are starting to happen. Things are growing. It's not quite the it's not quite past the first frost yet. We still have time for that. It's only March 31st. So the last frost is estimated to be from April 11th to the 20th. So around that range. We'll just see how it goes. We'll see how the weather's looking. If it just stays warmer, you never know. Maybe it'll be a little earlier. But either way, the planting has begun. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos coming really soon. I'm going to be filming a lot more as the season unfolds, so be ready. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. And yeah, like and share and all that good stuff. Anyways, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.